In the last video, we looked at the impact distributed solar is having on the electrical grid. Let's dig in a little deeper. Let's say you own a small older building and you do a nice renovation to it to attract tenants and increase the rent. And you make it a zero net energy building with photovoltaic panels on the roof. Your energy use is going to look something like this. In the middle of the day, the panels produce more electricity than you need. So you sell that overproduction to the grid, and they give it to someone who doesn't have solar panels covering their roof. And you buy electricity from the grid when the panels aren't producing enough. At the end of the year, if the amount of energy you generated is equal to or greater than the amount of energy you use, congratulations, you are a zero net energy building. Now, generally speaking, utilities sell electricity according to time of use rates. It can actually get a bit complicated, but basically, electricity is more expensive during the peak hours between noon and 5. So as a solar producer, you are selling high and buying low. It works out pretty well, and this cost dynamic is one of the biggest reasons why installing solar panels makes financial sense. You might be able to see the problem here. Since more and more people are producing solar energy, the hours between noon and 5 aren't the peak hours on the utility anymore. In fact, in California and Hawaii, solar producers are starting to produce more electricity than the entire grid is demanding at certain times. And the grid doesn't have anyone else to sell it to. In fact, last year, California had to pay Arizona to take some of their excess energy. Hawaii has started a program of curtailment where they won't accept energy from solar producers if they can't use it. What California is discussing at the moment is to shift the peak time of use hours to later in the day, where the new peak on the utility grid actually is now. The potential impact on solar producers is significant because this would mean they'll now be selling low and buying high. The financial value of existing solar systems could drop by as much as 20 to 40%. Now, it should be pretty clear why people are starting to talk about battery storage technology. If, instead of having to buy and sell electricity, you can store your excess production on site and simply use it yourself when the sun isn't shining, you only have to buy a little bit of electricity from the grid, and you can buy it at the cheapest rates. Of course, this means you have to buy and install batteries, but the cost of those have been dropping precipitously due to a number of factors, which we'll dig into further in the next video.